Hello, dear viewers. It is once again time for the news here on Rwanda Television with me, Serishan Hore. As usual, we'll begin with the headlines. The First Lady of Rwanda, Her Excellency Jeannette Kagame, has attended the All Women Together closing ceremony, a conference pruning the empowerment of women through faith and social commitment. And now the details. Thank you for taking the time to join us. Now, as we noted in the headlines just now, the First Lady of Rwanda has attended the All Women Together closing ceremony, a conference pruning the empowerment of women through faith and social commitment. On the agenda were candid conversations on the gospel's encouragement of self-development.
To lift ourselves is our mission as nations. How can we all contribute at an individual level? First, we must confront the fundamental questions and make the fundamental vows. Who are you really beneath your different roles, the different groups in which you fit, and what is the part of you that can be stripped back after you peel all layers of your social identity? A godly ambition is your origin. You are God's child. You must never forget you are a divine intention in a human form. We must also wonder, dear guests, what is our service to the world and what is its significance. Wealth for all may be the goal, but profit without service is merely exploitation. And exploitation is greed, and greed is the type of sin that has ravaged our world since the dawn of time. To know the wreckage that this lack of purpose or sense of duty has caused across the world, one only needs to watch the news. Purpose is impossible without service. To live a life of purpose consistent with the teaching of Christ, you must have integrity, always do the right thing. Dear guests, I urge you to make the best use of the strong governance frameworks to which we all owe our conducive and collaborative environment. And while godly values are universal, the will of our own governance is known. The needs of our population are known. It's national transformation for dignity for all Rwandans. If civil societies, including faith-based organizations, commit to aligning with the national priorities and using their link to the community to allow all our efforts to converge at all levels, we can make our Rwanda the promised land for which God has prepared us. And we are getting there. The progress achieved by the leadership of Rwanda, its communities and families, commendable. Yes, the body of Rwanda was tortured and assaulted, but its spirit never did and never will die. Keep up the good work, and where granted the means by your faith and by God, may you double in efforts.
Organized by Women Foundation Ministries, the conference began on Tuesday and lasted for 4 days, bringing together more than 5,000 Christians. Now, as we noted in the headlines also, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Dr. Vincent Biruta, was on a working visit in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. He held a series of bilateral meetings with Ethiopia's senior government officials, including Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. He also participated in a tree planting ceremony, planting green legacy seedlings within the country's Unity Park. Now, basketball news, and right here in Rwanda, Giants of Africa has called on African countries to establish sports infrastructure for young people on the continent and pointed out that there is a need for a mindset shift of thinking of sports as a source of income and not just a recreational activity. We have the details with Sam Kalisa.
The Giants of Africa Festival will kick off on Sunday in Kigali, bringing together over 250 basketball talents. In a press conference held on Friday, Giants of Africa co-founder and president of NBA's Toronto Raptors, Masai Ujiri, called on African countries to prioritize sports infrastructure development on the continent.
Look at the ecosystem around here. What has this arena created? Jobs. Yeah, all kinds of jobs. Yeah, whether it's the management of the arenas, or the people working in here, yeah, or the lawyers that work with these people. Yeah, there's so many things, the health department of this. Think about it. There's a sports stadium coming too, okay? That's going to create even more jobs. What's the ecosystem even around this? There's things that are going to be built here that are going to even create more jobs. Yeah, that's what we do on that side, on the west side of the world. That's what we should do here because we have the talent, okay? We have the talent. Africa's biggest jewel is its people. Yeah, the people of Africa are the talent. Yeah, and sports brings the best out of us. Brings the best out of us. What is this also going to create? It creates a peace zone in some kind of way. So rather than kids go in the street, they come and play hoops.
Rwanda is one of the African countries that have made strides in sports infrastructure development thanks to the partnership with Giants of Africa and other partners.
Through this program in partnership, various infrastructures will be built in various areas including the Chimisagara Youth Center, which will not only be a basketball court but also a handball court. So those infrastructures will further support our quest to discover and develop talents.
The week-long celebration of basketball, education, culture and entertainment will take place from 13th to 19th of August and will unite more than 250 youth from 16 African countries that the foundation visited.
Sam Kalisa with that report. Now, officials in the Ministry of Agriculture and Animal Resources have assured farmers that the problem of fertilizers being delivered late is a thing of the past and they should not worry about that anymore. This as they prepare for the 2024A agricultural season. All across the country, farmers are preparing their fields in anticipation of the start of the season. The Minister of Agriculture and Animal Resources, Dr. Ildefonso Musafiri, has stressed the importance of this one season, pointing out that it alone will produce 70% of the country's food this year. Most of the crops grown during the 2024A agricultural season are maize, beans, sorghum, soya, and more. Now to environmental matters. Youth with environmentally friendly income-generating projects have been calling on other young people to take advantage of the opportunities found in projects geared towards that is, protecting the environment in general. The call was made during discussions organized here in Kigali. We have the details on that. Upon completion of their studies that focused on environmental protection, Noel Nizeimana and his friends decided to set up a waste recycling plant in Huye district. And today, Green Care produces 600 tons of manure and fertilizers while permanently employing 25 people, most of them youth.
We produce 8 ton. We treat 8 ton of waste per day. So these waste are treated by the 25 young people working at Green Care industry at all value chain, and also the community benefit that jobs, and also benefit the organic fertilizer to improve their soil health and also the productivity.
The recycling business is also possible when it comes to the creation of decorations and the fashion business.
It's not only about making money, it's also about protecting us, our country, our environment, everything. Like the way people will keep on coming in Rwanda, say it's a greener country. So to make those things happen, we have to do things which are sustainable for us, like doing all those recycling things.
Young people are being urged to take advantage of the opportunities found in projects geared towards protecting the environment in general, which is why discussions were organized in Kigali to this end.
We chose the youth because they have physical and mental energy to be innovative. They have opportunities. That's why we bring them together with, as you saw, we invited donors, we invited private sector, we invited academia. The young people still have the possibility to develop innovative projects, and we also invited those young people who are already doing it so that they can inspire their peers. Sometimes young people say, well, we have ideas but we don't have funding. So today an event like this is to link them to also the potential providers of resources, whether it's government institutions, whether it's private sector, whether it's donors.
This is the first time the youth talks have been organized in Rwanda, though they have been ongoing around the world for the past decade. They come as the globe prepares to celebrate International Youth Day on Saturday. Staying with the environment, with Kwitizina 2023 being held on the 1st of next month, that's September, children from across the country have visited Musanze town to urge local residents to play their part when it comes to environmental protection efforts. The young boys and girls point out that the country owes a significant portion of its success to the tourism sector, which would of course not be possible if the environment was not being protected as it should be. They stress that with the effects of climate change intensifying, it is all the more imperative that people be aware of their surroundings and keep them environmentally safe. Using plays, the children got their message across to the local residents on the importance of not littering, protecting their country's forests, and fighting poaching. Now back to the agricultural sector, and farmers in Kayonza district of the Eastern Province have been expressing gratitude for being given machines that cultivate their farms while at the same time collecting the grass they uproot that is later used as hay for their animals. Members of farming cooperatives in the sectors of Gahini, Murindi, and Ngiri have been the first to get the machines and say they have the potential to significantly increase productivity on their farms thanks to this simple but practical technique. The machines were provided by the Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resources Development Board through its Rwanda Dairy Development Project, an initiative that is being praised by local authorities as well, who say that they expect a significant increase in milk production. As a start, three such machines have been provided in the three sectors, each worth 76.5 million Rwandan francs, with the cooperatives paying just half of that amount and the government covering the rest. No doubt Giants of Africa will also be a success here in Rwanda. So that brings us to the end of this edition of the news. Thank you for taking the time to join us. I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.